right, fire signs, you're up. Aries, Leo, Sag. What is going on for you guys? Aries, Leo, Sag. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Feel free to swap around the energies. As always, I could be talking to a cross watcher next week. Spiritual business class kicks off in the Aries energy, the refreshing new year, zodiacal new year, the vernal equinox. So if you want to put something into the world, that's a good place to start. All right, let's see where we go for you. Let's see where we go for you. Fogged in. Have you been feeling that? Go slow. Take your time. Crossing bridges. It's time for healing, connecting, mending, and releasing. As I do this reading, I am in the energy of that Virgo full moon. Narrow pathway. Tread thoughtfully. So the bridge and this is like bridges. All of these are bridges, really. And if it's fogged in, this feels like a San Francisco kind of a thing, right? Where the fog comes underneath the bridge. I feel like you have to be very deliberate. I like the Virgo full moon energy with this reading because it's about being very intentional. All right, so you're being asked to be very intentional. Let's be intentional about the deck I'm using here right now. I'm going to use this one. Okay. Just has that feeling to me of one foot in front of the other. Don't look down. Don't worry. Things are moving, or you're moving in the right direction. If you feel like you're like, I don't know what's going on, just one foot in front of the other. Tread very lightly and thoughtfully, very deliberately right now. The star underneath, I see the 10 of Pentacles, I see the 10 of Swords, and I see Judgment. I have seen this coming across so many of the readings, the live that I do every Thursday for Pathfinders. I was talking about this like ending, and the ending is about an ending to an idea or an ideal. Type of life, way of life. We're healing this way of life that is like keeping other people out. It's much more about being inclusive. All right, so that's what's going on globally. Allowing people. So you see, this is like kind of like a gated community. You see how like the walls are kind of thick, but inside here is like multi-generations. It's not just about the kind of the old way of doing things, but here's the thing. That is the old way of doing things. We used to be much more tribal. All right. For some of us, this could be an ending to a tribal way of life, too insular. Not allowing any new information to come in makes it stagnant. So 5 of Wands, 10 of Wands, Knight of Wands. Interesting. There's some Sag energy. 7 of Wands, 6 of Pentacles. I keep getting this. 4 of Cups, King of Cups, 9 of Wands, and then the Strength card. I like that a lot, especially because I did see this also underneath. There's definitely a toxic, I don't know. Let's just talk personally. This could be a toxic situation that you have in your life that is very unlikely to change. You might think that. Very unlikely to change. And there's an awakening. Okay, in April, I know this is a weekend reading, but in April we are going to be getting to, not only are we going to be more moving forward starting next week with the fire energy, Aries energy, you must be excited for it to come. It's definitely feeling good to me. I'm a Sag, you know that. But there's some kind in April 12th, so it's still in the Aries energy. There is a Neptune Jupiter conjunction. And that is, in my view, the Great Awakening. So there can be, this is, okay, so I'll just give you an example. This can be an example of a family whose father or mother is adamantly a certain way. Like they have a rigid belief system about something. And they experience something that blows that apart. And it was keeping the father or the mother separate from one of the children or from their sisters or brothers or something like that. It was keeping people apart. But now we got to all work together. So one by one, rigid belief systems are being blown apart. Everyone's questioning everything. And right now we're in this Piscean kind of soup of lack of clarity. Happy days that we have this Virgo full moon, okay? Because the Virgo full moon happening today, as you see this, or Friday, the 18th, that is about being deliberate. Virgo is very deliberate energy. It's also being very intentional. It's clear. It has structure to it, right? Very opposite. It is the opposite. Virgo is the opposite of Pisces. So it's a way of working with it. Now, you might have experienced this, that when you deal with someone who's super duper rigid about a thing, it's almost like they go all the way to the other side before they kind of balance in the middle. So when I'm thinking about the movie American Beauty, okay? And the movie American Beauty, where the father, the next door neighbor, is like a Marine colonel, and he's very abusive to his son, who's polyamorous or gay or has, kind of a life that he doesn't agree with, a lifestyle he doesn't agree with. And because it's outside the norm, it's not what I'm used to and everything like that, turns out, don't want to spoil it for you, but it's kind of an old movie, so spoiler alert. If you haven't seen American Beauty yet, you can skip this part of the reading, and I'll hold up my hand when I'm done saying this. But the father's gay. Kisses Kevin Spacey right on the mouth. And everyone's like, oh my God, didn't see that coming, right? Okay, I'm done saying it. So it's a denial of something, a strong denial of something, a rigid belief system that comes from family that needs to be healed. And that is a breakthrough. I feel like this has to do with love. This has to do with, the true nature of love, which is compassion and empathy. I feel like that's breaking through the world all over the place. I feel like right now, if you feel like you can't see where you're going, there will be an opening. And, we all have belief systems that we have built our lives on, and you don't have to have it be some kind of like horrific idea that is, really hurting you, but it's something that's gotten entrenched that needs to go. So you might see the world a certain way, and because of a situation that happens in the world, you might be like, oh, I was totally wrong about that. And that's, I feel, what true intelligence is, the ability to add new information, the ability to take in something that runs afoul of what you've always thought and be like, oh, wow, I never really saw it that way. Okay, I'm going to modify and grow. Now, I feel like you might be running afoul of other people, 5 of Wands and the 10 of Wands, and like, the Sag energy here of the Knight of Wands, like running right at it, okay? It's like you're running afoul of maybe a group that you belong to, your family, a culture, some kind of belief system. You're running afoul of it by having this awareness, having this awakening, and you're having to really stand up. Stand up for yourself. We are in Taurus North Node. Taurus North Node is happening right now, and we're being called to stand up for what we believe. And if we believe something that is antithetical to love, you might not even realize that it's antithetical to love. It might be something that you just were, kind of believed because that's what your family always believed. And it wasn't like something that you've like, it's not the hill you want to die on or anything. It's just something that you believe and like, oh, wow. And by clearing that belief out, there's so much more empathy and compassion that comes through you for other people. All right. There's just this clearing of stubbornness. The feeling is clearing of stubbornness. You could be dealing with another person who's going through this, And I just feel like the masculine and feminine are coming together here. The feminine energy of love, the masculine energy of action. And it's hard fought knowledge. It's knowledge or this has been like a lifetime of this Nine of Wands. And with it cleared, there can now be love. The Strength card here. It takes courage to face this. It takes courage. So this might not be you. This might be someone you're dealing with who is having like a breakthrough, a breakdown, a breakthrough. I saw this in the air reading too. Well, Aquarius is here, so that makes sense to me. And you're the one who is kind of opening arms to this person, or you're not sure how this is going to work, but you're just kind of one foot in front of the other, and then like the game board gets switched around because of an awakening or someone opening up their heart, and now there can be love. I think you thought this was going to be dead. I think if this is a relationship for you and you weren't sure like exactly where are we going with this, or exactly how do I move out of this or move away from this, and you weren't really sure, I feel like this person has a breakthrough, has some kind of awakening moment, and maybe they connect to their feelings. Maybe they realize, that they were on the wrong track. Maybe they realize that they were not being loving. Maybe they, whatever it is, it opens the door for love, for real love, not just physical love, or not just like, bubblegum kind of love. This is like real, compassionate, empathetic, legit love. Okay? It's possible it's another fire sign. I see Leo and Sag here. It's also possible it's a water sign. I also see Aquarius and Capricorn. So I'll look at fire, I'll look at water, I'll look at Aquarius and Capricorn. That's pretty much everybody. But no, it's not. You'll see. Okay, so if you want to continue on with me, if you're dealing with a situation that you thought was dead, hold on to your hat. All right. The link is below if you want to continue on. Punch it, Myrtle. Let's see you over there.